Nice to get the sweep, obviously, and stack up a third win against those guys. They're a challenging team in a lot of ways, and their biggest challenge is their base running and how they play a lot of small ball, and we limited that by not getting guys on base a whole lot, and not a lot of free bases, which was outstanding by our pitching staff. Briggsy was a gladiator all weekend, just behind the plate, throwing guys out, back picking, keeping the ball in front, not giving up free 90s was outstanding all weekend long behind the plate. And then the offense did enough to get it done today. A lot of base hits, a lot of contributors, just an all-around quality win.
Coach, your players spoke about how nice you get a conference series sweep after the midweek loss this week. How do you feel about just come back and respond with dominant sweep the way y'all did?
Well, I mean, it's been said many times we've turned the page on the midweek, is what it is. Can't go back and redo it, but proud of the way our guys came out and just handled business this weekend. That's all we can control, and they came out, threw the ball well. A couple of defensive miscues, but for the most part played pretty good defense and swung the bats well enough to get 3 wins against a pretty good opponent.
Consistency has kind of been the issue for Klecker over the course of the year, but tonight looked the part, had one of his best outings of the year. What did you make of his start tonight?
I mean, I think if the kid has been bounced around, all year long with the amount of rest that he's gotten in between starts. He started off as a midweek guy and then bounced him up to Sunday and then Saturday and then back to Sunday, and then we've got the Easter weekend and then the BYU weekend where he's back and forth on days of rest, and a lesser guy folds in those moments and doesn't have that consistent routine. He's a veteran guy that understands it. Again, he's been a champ all year long, just on dealing with mixing around in different roles. I guess he's always been a starter, but as far as different rest times in between starts, and that's not easy for a guy to do. And for him to, I think it's unfair to say inconsistent. I mean, he's had a couple of rough outings, but the guy's just been all we could ask for, really, and given us the quality starts that we need him to when we need him to. He's just been really, really good. So today was no different. Came out, threw the heck out of it today. Gave us a good chance to win, and and again, another day where the wind's screaming out, and he keeps the ball in the ballpark for the most part, except for I think one blemish there, and can't say enough about his performance again.
I know you didn't hit a home run at all in this series, but you guys still managed to put up a lot of runs. What does that say about the consistency 1 through 9 rather than just relying on one guy?
Well, I don't think we've relied on one guy all year, but he's human. Obviously, he's not going to go hit a homer every time up. He's still got a lot of hits and contributed very well for us this weekend. But the other guys had good weekends as well. There's contributors up and down the lineup. Contradas had a phenomenal weekend. Austin Rolig put together a bunch of hits, including a homer today. Smaldino had a good weekend. Beckett Zavorik, great weekend. Briggsy contributed, got a big knock today. A lot of guys up and down the lineup that were contributing. That's what we need, a complete lineup 1 through 9 that can beat you.
What do you make of Cole Klecker and Jay Malba throwing 2 consistent Sunday outings in a row here at home?
That's just kind of how it lined up. We're trying to go with our best arms and get them the majority of the innings. And again, Kleck got us off to a great start today, and Jaden threw the ball really well until the 9th. There, we kicked a ball behind him that play should have been made, I think, and I think he let that affect him a little bit and gave up a 2-run homer, but was able to limit the damage right there, which was good. But we're trying to lengthen some guys out because we're going to need length as we come down the stretch here.
Your players spoke about how they feel like they're gelling at the right time, perfect time of the season to be doing this. Do you share that same feeling?
I think that I'm glad they're coming together. We just got to continue playing winning baseball. So nice to get 3 this weekend, and that's a good start.
Coach, Austin said that he feels like no matter where he slides in the order, be it 2, 4, down the bottom of the order, he can produce. Is that an attitude that is reflected by the rest of this team?
I hope so. I mean, it really doesn't matter where you're hitting in the lineup, you're expected to produce. So, you know, for him being able to bounce around, be a 2-hole guy, a four-hole hitter, 3-hole hitter, he's kind of been all over the map, as several guys. And you know, based on how certain guys are swinging, we have to adjust the lineup a little bit here and there. And you know, he's just kind of been one of those staples that's been in there pretty much every day, and done a good job. You know, so I think there's more in there still with him. I think he would agree, but he's doing just fine.
You looked a lot more comfortable this weekend. Where's he at in his process? Is he kind of getting more close to 100%?
Yeah, he is, and he was itching to play in the field this weekend, but you know, as we got a win on Friday, we were going to kick it to Saturday. We got a win on Saturday, kick it to Sunday. We won today. Now we don't have a midweek this week, so he has the whole week really to kind of rehab and hopefully get over the hump of this thing. And I would anticipate him being back playing in the field probably this weekend.
You talk about not having that midweek. The players said that they think it'll be nice to kind of have those extra days off. Do you share that sentiment?
I do. You know, these guys have been grinding pretty hard throughout you know, the past month, and not having a midweek this week, chance for their bodies to recover a little bit. A lot of these guys have been playing every inning of every game, and nice for them to have a day or two where they can recover, get some body work done, and replenish, and just kind of mentally have a breather, and then get back after it probably on Wednesday.
Maybe an argument to be made, the best pitching weekend of the year, 44 strikeouts, 2.67 weekend ERA. How important was it to have this staff pitch like that over the course of the weekend at this point in the year?
Well, I mean, it's hopefully they're getting stronger as the year goes on. We're going to need them to be their best, you know, here late in the year. And we've had some ups and downs throughout the year, but they threw it great this weekend. Again, I can't stress the importance of our defense behind them having to be sharp as well, and our offense having timely hitting. So, but yeah, the way the guys threw the ball this weekend it was a very good weekend for them.
You mentioned New possibly coming back to the field next weekend. What have you liked with Beckett's work in the field in Travis's absence?
Well, Beckett's done a great job filling in for him, and starting to kind of come into his own and get confident with his swing, get back to where he's been, and you know, when and if New comes back, it'll be you know, we'll be able to hopefully find some time to maybe get PJ off his feet when we need it. I mean, that kid's been running out there almost every single day, every inning of every game. You know, he made a couple of uncharacteristic, call them physical mistakes here today, but I think a lot of that's just the mental grind that kid's been locked in every day and playing every day. So, you know, Beckett's capable of playing over there at short, maybe give him a breather every now and again, and still, you know, giving New some time off of his feet there in the certain situations as well. So, but he's, that's what we're expecting, that type of player. For him to come out and do that this year is, early on, it wasn't clicking for him, but the more we run him out there, he's getting more comfortable and more confident, and it's been a huge asset here for us the last couple weekends.
As New starts to draw closer to playing the field, do you think you're going to try to allocate that designated hitter spot?
Oh, we got to get Garrett Michelle back in there. You know, trying to get him in there, pinch hit. He had 2 pinch hits this weekend, both of them base hits. And just trying to keep him as sharp as we possibly can. That's a nice left-handed bat that we can mix in there. Obviously, if Beckett swinging the bat the way he is, maybe that's a spot, or depending on if it's a lefty-righty matchup. You know, Kai McGarry is a kid I've wanted to get in the lineup here, but the way Polkey's been swinging, it's tough to figure out ways to get him in there. You know, Sam Myers, same way. So there's a lot of guys that I would like to get in the lineup a little bit more than I haven't this weekend, just, you know, simply because New occupies that DH spot, and there's not a lot of flexibility that we can do when he does that. But hopefully as he gets healthy and is able to start playing more defense, that can open up that spot for some of those other guys.
You talked early in the season about how age and experience has kind of dominated college baseball, and that's really important to building a team, especially in the back end of the season. Have you noticed that some of the graduates, the older guys, have really affected how this team's responded in just the course of the season so far?
It's nice to have that experience. Again, you look at, again, going back to Klecker, having that guy as the anchor at the end of a weekend. It's nice and reassuring to have a guy that you know is going to go put together a pretty good effort for the most part. And having that experience, having it's a guy that, you know, looking at the flagpoles today, they're pinned out again, and you know, he just goes out and puts together a very workmanlike outing again, and keeps us in the ball game and gives our offense a chance to get going. And having that experience is great. Having older guys in the back end of the bullpen's been great. You know, Jaden Alba again coming out today, and you know that could have unraveled on him on the ninth there, but he was able to kind of take a deep breath, get back to executing his pitches, and was able to finish it out. So just that maturity and experience is nice as we come down the stretch.
As someone who's been a part of several collegiate baseball teams as a player, as a coach, what are some of those traits you think stand out that separate some of those average ones to the ones that can maybe go on to find success later on in the year? And do you feel like your team shares any of those specific traits?
I think every team's different. I've been on teams that have been under-talented and just strictly mentality, and have done a lot of great things with those type of teams. I've been on teams that have a lot of talent and no mentality, that don't go very far. And you know, I think this is a good mix of both. I think we have pretty good mentality in there. We got some talent. You know, it's just a matter of coming together and playing together at the right time, which again, this is a good start this weekend. So again, we understand, looking at the rest of our schedule, it's not going to be easy. We got a very tough weekend ahead of us at UCF. You know, Oklahoma State's playing really, really well lately. They're always a thorn in our side and tough. And Houston's very capable of putting, you know, upsetting guys and beating teams. So and throw the couple midweeks in there that aren't going to be easy either. So we got to work cut out for us, but this is the right time for us to come together and hopefully show that mentality and let our talent level shine through.
What's the feeling ahead of next week's matchup in Orlando?
Business-like. We're going down there with intent to win games.
Any more questions?
Coach, this is the second time this month that Cole Klecker's pitched up to 6 innings, giving up less than 3 runs. I mean, when he's rolling like that and you decide to take him out, I mean, what's the thought process? Are you like, is it based on pitches or just how you think he's feeling on the mound?
Situation of the game, feel, you know, watching his stuff, is it tapering off, pitch count, all those factors come into it. You know, he had 92 pitches today, and so I mean, I'm not going to send him out there for a 7th after you know, we were ahead at that point in time 10-2, I think. So we had an 8-run cushion. You know, why blow him out right now? Why extend him to 110 pitches unnecessarily so he can be maybe less effective next weekend? It's a plan to try to keep these guys fresh as long as we can, and you know, that's an arm that we need to rely on down the stretch. And you know, if he needed to throw 110 pitches, he certainly could, but there was no need for him to do that today. We needed to get Jaden in the game. We're trying to stretch him out a little bit as well, because we're going to need that length next weekend, we feel. And again, situations of the game dictate what we do there.